Hello and welcome back to Kung Fu Maintenance. Today I've got a set of vertical blinds that is in a complete mess, a major snafu. But I was able to salvage an end cap from another set of vertical blinds that was getting thrown away, and gonna put things back together. So here goes. I'm gonna try to show it to you as best I can. Hello and welcome to Kung Fu Maintenance. Today I've got a set of vertical blinds, not spinning, and as you probably noticed in the beginning, there's an easy explanation why. What I've done is lost an end cap. Now I grabbed another end cap from a different set of vertical blinds. This should work. Every set of vertical blinds is a little bit different, but what this one has is these teeth that anchor the last carrier in place. So what I'm going to do is try to slide the rod through, which is going to be a little tricky, pull these blinds back. Now vertical blinds are always a little tricky for me to film, but I'm just going to do what I can here to show you guys hopefully as clearly as I can. Again, it's not always that easy, but I'm going to try. Okay, you can see our rod here is about to right there. And what I'm going to do is try to align our blinds as much as possible with everything else that's going on here. So just going to line them up in theory. That looks pretty good there. And then I'll start to pass the deal through. And I may have to go just kind of blind by blind and basically tap it up a little and then push it through. And just going to go, again, just blind by blind until we're all the way through. And sometimes you can kind of grab it with the pliers and go through that way, just kind of pushing it up and over and in. Sometimes you can get a few of them together, but it just takes what it takes, feeding it all the way on in. Same time, we'll kind of want to make sure all these feet are on the bottom of the rail. So far, so good there. Yeah, we're almost there. Couple more to go. Okay, now we're through into the headrail. For the headrail, I'm just going to turn it a little bit and try to push it on through. I kept saying headrail, but I meant master control. Somebody get me a cup of coffee. That's usually about the trickiest one. Yep, definitely the trickiest one. Oh, and I got it through. Okay, now I'm going to want to push it all the way to the end bracket on this end, and the same thing, going to lift it up so that it seats into its little socket there. And this is a good point to check and see if our master gear is actually turning. And it is, so that's good. Probably got a couple slats that are hanging it up here, but we'll figure that part out after. Now I'm going to take it back, and we've got our end cap. And I dropped my flashlight. Trying to give you guys a little light here. It's, again, vertical blinds are always a bit tricky to film. Okay, so we're going to hold this piece here, slide our last carrier back, and you see the foot there? It's not down on the bottom of the truck on a few of them. Wow, on a bunch of them. So there's a easier way to do this. We need those feet. Let's see if I can show you. to be under the track. It's just like this one here. So this one's not under the track. And so what we got to do is pull it over a bit. Oh, now I got this foot out too. Darn it. Do be careful there, as inside it's all unfinished sheet metal. It's very sharp. There's more than one way to do it. Either we can slide the whole carrier set off and do it at the back, or we can bend it down a little bit to get those feet under. Now it won't slide properly without those feet under, so that's going to be the bit of a tricky part. Okay. And we can either slide the whole rail and then move the whole thing off with it still intact right to where we want it, and then slide our feet under. Oop. Got a couple, I think maybe just this last one, there we go. And now we're all in. So all the feet are under. Got one out of step. I'll fix the out of step ones later. And you see how this is popped out here? That's because it's come out right here. So we'll need to set that in again. Pair of needle nose pliers helps, or a Leatherman. Okay. So now we're ready to set our end piece in theory. And again, this has these teeth anchor. So we're gonna kind of move the last one back just a little bit. Make sure they're lined up here. And you see how these teeth anchor? They're just gonna hook the bottom of the deal there. And we need it to be in line. It's actually these top pieces here. So we're gonna need to slide that back. Again, I'll try to give you some light, but this is a little tricky. Okay. So there's our feet in, and there's the anchor in. And now the front part is going to hang us up here. It's the tricky part between the two. Just going to put it over just enough to go in, and hopefully going to push it in here. I don't want to pull it out. Okay, I'll slide it over just a hair, just enough to get it set in there, hopefully without dropping our end cap. Okay, and the end cap, I've pre-loosened the 2 screws here so that the plate can go underneath, just like so. Okay, and now we can squeeze this. Again, we're going to make sure all of our feet are in place, so I'm just going to move these carriers forward, sliding it over. All right, and now we're anchored in, and we can squeeze this a tiny bit. In theory. Make sure our feet are in, and then we'll tighten down our end cap. Nice and tight. We don't want that puppy coming off. We're in. Okay, now we can test out our vertical blinds. And we may have a few of them out of step, so a little bit to work out. But anyway, here we go. We're sliding good. And everything stops right there, so that's good. Okay. And some silicone spray will help lube things up, so that'll be good. A lot of times vertical blinds won't have this anchor deal that I was telling you on this end cap. Sometimes they'll have a C-clip that's right behind the very last slat. So just different configurations out there. But this one's got those teeth there. So again, all of our feet look good. And we've just got this front one out of step. So I'm just gonna grasp it and turn it. Just popped it over one step. Now I'll check for our rotation. I've got one out of step here. And we don't have a full rotation here. Looks like we've got just a partial rotation to about here. So what we're going to need to do is turn these over one step each way to see if we can get our full rotation. These are not self-aligning blinds. There's some types of blinds out there that are self-aligning, and those are pretty easy for this because you can just continue to turn the wand or the master control. You don't want to do that with this kind because it'll actually just strip the master control. So looks like our valance clip came off, so I'll reset that and continue the progression. Ideally, we'll have a full rotation both ways. Sometimes all you'll get is one way, so you know, the most important thing is that they completely close at least one of the ways. Okay, so now check. There we go. We've got a full close, got full closure, and checking the opening. That's as far as I can go. That's pretty good. You know, again, this isn't perfect, but at least we can open the blinds all the way and we're good to go. Thanks for watching Kung Fu Maintenance. That's resetting an end clip, rethreading the rod, and getting the blinds working again. Good to go. Thanks for watching. So this set of vertical blinds was missing the end cap, and I was able to recycle it from another unit that was being discarded anyway, so worked out pretty good there. Sometimes that's what you gotta do, is salvage the parts to make it work.